In ancient Greek mythology, there were three figures who were punished by the gods for the crimes they committed. Sisyphus, Tantalus, and Ixion are tragic examples of what happens when someone challenges the power of the gods. In this story, we will dive into the tragedy of each character and the punishment they received. Sisyphus, the cunning king of Corinth, was punished for his grave sins against the gods. He was famous for his ingenuity beyond limits, even managing to deceive the gods of Olympus. One of his most famous crimes was when he cheated the death of his own, Thanatos. In a tragic scene, Sisyphus persuades Thanatos to spare him from death. However, once Sisyphus was free, the world fell into chaos. Without death, nothing can complete the cycle of life. The gods of Olympus were furious and punished Sisyphus with the most grievous punishment. Every day, Sisyphus was forced to roll a large rock to the top of a hill, only to see it fall back down again. This punishment is eternal, an endless cycle of futility and hopelessness. Tantalus, a revered king in Lydia, also suffered terrible punishment for his actions against the gods. One of his greatest sins was when he tried to deceive the gods by inviting them to dine at his palace. However, when the gods arrived, Tantalus demonstrated his madness by killing and trying to feed his son Pelops to the gods. In an ironic punishment, Tantalus was sentenced to Tartarus, a place filled with unfulfilled temptations. There, he was placed among low-hanging fruit trees and flowing water beneath them. However, every time he tried to pick fruit or drink water, they moved away from him, making him constantly thirsty and hungry. This punishment becomes a symbol of insatiable greed and excruciating futility. Ixion, king of the Lapiths, had an equally tragic fate. He betrayed social and moral rules by trying to rape Hera, Zeus's wife. Although Hera managed to escape Ixion's heinous attempts, Zeus punished her in an unimaginable way. In a brutal punishment, Ixion was tied to a wheel that continued to spin in space, filled with endless pain. He was constantly forced to turn, without hope of release, while every part of his body was tortured by the merciless entanglements of the wheel. The stories of Sisyphus, Tantalus, and Ixion are powerful warnings about the haunting consequences of challenging the power of the gods. Their punishments were not only a reflection of their sins, but also showed us all that there is a price to be paid for evil and immoral actions.